Well, that wasn't fun, nor is the weekend for anybody in San Jose hockey. We'll break this one down quickly as possible. We hope, maybe, I don't know. And we'll talk about a lot of fun things going on right now here on Teal Town After Dark. Good evening, everyone. It is March 30th, 2025, and the San Jose Sharks were annihilated by the Los Angeles Kings.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, that's an understatement. We could figure out some more adjectives throughout this edition of Teal Town After Dark, your live interactive Sharks post-game show. So chat with us and fellow hockey fans all over the world and in Sharks territory on the YouTube page or the app. If you're watching us live, if you're watching us on the replay, leave a comment down below what you thought of this game and this weekend.
Horrible.
It was terrible. I mean, just comment terrible if you really want to. After we go off the air, I don't know. Follow us on social. Felix helping out with the Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads gifts, and find everything at tealtownusa.com. And if you want to support the pod, as always, hit us up on a super chat if you're watching us live or through Venmo at tealtownusa.
Real quick. I take full responsibility. Kathy texted this to me and it made me laugh so hard. Yeah, it's my fault the Sharks have lost back-to-back games. I bailed on them to go see Jesus Christ Superstar. Also, hi, I love you.
I mean, I don't even think Jesus can save this team. Save any.
You know, Vlasic was a +1 tonight.
Hey, Cagnoni was even.
No. Cagnoni's going to be great. Cagnoni's not a problem. Vlasic was a +1 tonight. I'm sorry. Okay. Can we just take a minute to admire the fact that Cagnoni was a +1? Sorry, Vlasic was a +1. I don't want to talk about the game. This game was awful. But Marc-Edouard Vlasic at the age of, how old is he? Not 44.
No, he's 38.
Why do I keep thinking he's
Happy
44?
birthday, Marc-Edouard Vlasic, by the way. He turned 38 years old today.
Happy birthday.
I hope they give you some cake or something.
Like birthday present, getting whipped to death by the Kings.
And enjoy the churro when you go to Disneyland tomorrow.
But yeah, shout out to Vlasic for being a +1 in an 8-1 game. Anyways, I'll move on.
No, let's quickly mention why you're seeing both of us here and not AJ and Ian. First things first, it's late. Ian does have work in the morning, which is, I think it starts in about 6 hours for him. So there's that. AJ came down with flu-like symptoms, so they were pushing Pucknologist to Monday night, 7 p.m. So be on the lookout for that. So we apologize if you were looking forward to an AJ rant.
You'll get a Jules or Puckguy rant.
Oh yeah, you'll be getting some rants tonight. Don't worry on this, especially since the Sharks come into this game after getting thoroughly dominated by the Rangers 6-1. LA lost the Saturday night as well to the Toronto Maple Leafs, only their fourth regulation loss at Crypto.com Arena. Obviously, it must have been the Clippers stinking up the joint for the Kings, because I think they're on their way to one of their best. Easily their best home records of this season in franchise history. So
I'm joking. The Kings might actually make it through the first round.
Yeah,
I'm mean.
Depends on how it depends on how healthy McJesus is.
Are they like? I think they're probably going to end up playing Edmonton. So
yeah, it's Edmonton and LA all over again, just like it is for LA and Edmonton, and then Colorado, Dallas.
Rob, I don't know if you've seen Aaron Dell play this year. It's not pretty. But
honestly, I thought that they were for sure going to sign him to the deal, not Romanov. So
no, he's had an awful season with Cuda.
Rob, my point is that now that the Clippers have left, their stench of stinkiness that fermented to the LA Kings went away. That's how the Kings are so frippling good. More on that in just a sec.
We
So
had a child play 25 minutes tonight.
Shakir Mukhamadolan, 25 minutes -3. But
What
uh,
the fuck? Sorry.
Rob, thank you for the super chat, $2 super chat. Look into the light. This game never happened. We wish we could
agree.
say that. We wish we could say that about
I'm
this.
trying to say that. Puckguy isn't allowing me to say that.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't want to be spotlighted. Also, I got my old webcam to work again. So that's fun. We'll see how long that lasts. No, but listen. Was this game awful? Yes. Is this team awful? Yes. Are the kids good? Some of them. Yes. Is Colin Graff good? Yes. Is Macklin Celebrini probably not going to win the Calder? Maybe because Lane Hudson is a mutant of all planets and God's green earth. Yes. Listen, like, this was a really bad game, and the Rangers game was a bad game. I don't know what is it with this Sharks team. Every time they have like a really big win, and I'm gonna count that Leafs as a really again, beating the Leafs is really huge apparently as a big win. They seem to forget how to play hockey, and it just sucked because they had I think a back-to-back. So it just it made it worse, right? So it just kind of like these 2 games, you would typically just have the day off and you can just kind of forget about the Rangers game and move on. This team is too young to I don't want to say inexperienced, but a little inexperienced to do so. Um, so it's a bad stretch of hockey, and it started with that 3rd period against the Leafs, and it's just kind of they can't seem to reset it. And you could argue that's a coaching problem, yeah, but we're not gonna fire Warsaw, so before any of you put that in the chat, stop that nonsense. How concerned should we about Shakir? He's 22 and playing 25 minutes, he's learning. I'm not gonna freak out about that. Like, we're asking he's way o like, it's a little shades of Mario Ferraro when he was a rookie, getting, like, just crunched numbers, but hopefully, hopefully, Mike Greer goes out and acquires or trades some of this blue line. Just because we can't have a 22-year-old like playing 20. That's not his role, right? Like in a perfect world, Shakir is what on your second pairing, playing
Yeah.
20 minutes,
And
17 minutes.
here's the thing that if many Sharks fans from 10 years ago would say about Mirko Mueller, former first round pick coming up, maybe being rushed a little bit, but right now
They don't
they
have anyone. It's
they don't
literally
have anybody
Shakir's.
healthy.
Yeah, like the Kuda's defensive lineup they've rolled out for the last 2 games that they've gotten like smothered has been arguably an ECHL level defense, which means if your AHL level defense is at an ECHL level defense, that means your NHL level defense is smothered and is probably at an AHL level
I
or just
mean,
filled with children.
you're one phone call away from calling Kevin Lacey to play for either the Cuda or the Sharks at
You're
this
one
point.
injury away from, having Noah Beck, the new guy we just signed, come up. Like, I'm joking. Obviously, we're not going to call up a
Right.
guy on an ATO, but like, or whatever he signed. I don't remember, but
ELC.
whatever. Yeah, that. But like, you know what I mean? Like, the Sharks blue line is so deprived. Like, now, but Cam Lund's looked decent. I thought it's nice to see him get on the board again. I'm pissed I missed his first goal.
Well,
Thanks.
hang on.
Yeah.
Give me a moment. I could do that for you.
What are you, dude? He doesn't celebrate his goals.
Have you seen this team? I wouldn't
No,
celebrate right now either.
I'm just saying when he scored. That game I understand. I didn't actually fully watch that game. I got the notes after and was like, oh god. But when he scored, it made it 2-1. I don't think he celebrates his goals. But Cam Lund, for those of you who don't like, he reminds me a little bit of Graffy. Might have the same type of development curve as Graff did, where he'll probably end out the year in the NHL and then go to the A. Yeah,
and
Mario.
nice play to be there in the right spot at the right time for the rebound there. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
that
I
was
mean,
after he took a penalty. I
yeah,
guess.
so he makes up for that penalty, you could argue. Oh, the Sharks' main kryptonite was just taking a buttload of penalties and just, when you have a good
Oh,
All right, I know. When you have a good PK, it's fine. Like, you can kill it off, but they couldn't kill off those penalties within like a mile radius. Like, every time the Los Angeles Kings were on the power play, it was almost a guaranteed goal. But
And
go, so
oh,
you
sorry.
go, because I've been
I was
talking. No, I've been talking a
No,
lot.
you're fine. You're fine. I just letting the air it out if you can. But I mean, coming into this game, and I hate to have the graphics guy jinx it. LA was 0 for 10 coming into this game this season against the Sharks on the power play. And then what happened?
You know who they gave up, I believe, a third round pick for?
Hmm.
Andrei Kuzmenko.
Who got? I think he got what the
He had
last
so
goal.
many. Let's
He,
play a game. How many points did Andrei Kuzmenko had? He had the
I
second
want
to last
3.
goal.
I want to say 3
He
points.
he had an assist,
Yep.
so that's 2.
Yep. He had a goal and 2 assists tonight.
Oh, I saw a goal and 1 assist, but I might be blind. No, yeah, okay, whatever. But he's been a really good audition on that top line, right? Like, he fits with Kopi and
Mhm.
Kempe. So yeah.
Wow, that's a line that shouldn't be nicknamed.
Oh yeah. Noted. Real quick,
What's
with everyone freaking out about Schaefer not being ready, if we get him, no one in this NHL draft is arguably ready for the NHL. So, like, they're all, in my opinion, at least a year out. The only one I would argue that maybe could make the jump is Misa. But even then, like, Misa, you could argue Martone could also make a jump there. But, like, I don't think anyone in this, like, draft class is, like, necessarily ready to make the leap like a Celebrini was, like, this isn't that type of a draft, in my opinion. So just wanted to address that real quick.
I mean, I think we've said it a few times already, and John kind of making a good point right here. They can't they all be celebrating ready to make both sides day one. Usually, defensemen and goaltenders aren't exactly that.
They take long
But
to develop. Like,
yeah, they
that's just
take
how it.
longer. And yes, there's a nice group of like what would you say 5, 7 players in the top
There's a
part of this
split there,
draft.
but yeah, there's
Right.
definitely a split there, but yeah.
And it's like he's right there, and that's the thing. And a lot of people are saying like Vincent Alvarado, Schaefer missed
Yeah.
a bulk of the OHL season. You get a full season. He hurt his shoulder at the World Juniors, hasn't been there since. And that's the tough one. And yeah, Jordan Marley, you're absolutely right. Not really celebrating plays a true through 200-foot game at 18. That is rare, which is
Celebrini's a mutant at 18. Like, let's
yeah,
just be real here. Like, Celebrini's a rarity. Like, not every first round pick makes it into the NHL right away. We've just gotten a little spoiled in the
yeah,
last few years with, Slavkovsky right away making the jump. You could argue whether or not that was the right decision or not.
right.
Bedard, right, immediately making the jump, and now you have Celebrini. So just got a little spoiled there.
Noah Gregor understands the assignment. Oh, sure. 2 years later, he understands the assignment now. His role is to keep the
Yeah,
Sharks
Noah
alive.
Gregor should not be on this roster. I don't get that
Um,
decision.
and it was his first game back in a few games, and I think he's going to be back in the press box after that nightmare performance, taking 2 penalties in the first period. It's just like, no, we need you to stay out of penalty box.
Nah, stay in the
Stay.
penalty box. It
No.
makes it, at least you won't score a hat trick from the penalty box. So
Well, fair point. I get that, but it's just like, it's tough. And John Swenson making a point as well. I remember Marlowe being in Sutter's doghouse for just being a rookie. Just being a rookie. He was in his doghouse, I think, like 3 years of his first 3 years of the year. And Thornton for being in the city of Boston's doghouse just because he wasn't Cam Newton. Well, that's the tough part.
no, Rob, I'd like to not waive Gregor mainly because we don't need the CUDA to be taking more penalties.
Right.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry. I'm being so mean today. God damn it.
No, I think it's fair. When you lose 8-1, I think a lot of things come out.
I want Joey
but
Down to sign his ELC. Sorry. Okay.
you're fine. You're fine. Let me just go through this really quick. You had to know, and Kempe make it 2-0 after one period. The Sharks squander a 5-on-3 power play, which It
Dude,
had some
bro,
glances,
Eklund
but
had
it's
a
just bad.
rough game. Eklund, buddy, I don't know what planet you're living on, but can you come back to Earth? We need you, buddy.
He missed you at last night's game. That's the problem. Just saying. Lund would take a tripping penalty, but practically as he comes out of the box, he gets that goal to cut it to 2-1. You're thinking, oh, okay, make it interesting. However, LA would go on to score 4 goals in the second period to really put this one away. Trevor Moore would get a pair. Uh, Warren Fogle, which I will say on the air, Jules, thank you for saving my fantasy hockey season for
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
I
Warren
got you.
Fogle.
Did you win?
I barely. If it were for that second Fogle goal, I was in trouble. Kempe would get 2 goals, including his 31st. Kuzmenko would get a goal and 2 assists, as we mentioned before. And then the LA Kings decided to pour it on. And I hope the Sharks remember that when the when this team comes back next year, because this was the final matchup of the season. Remember that dominance and how you just let it go and just and they just added on.
Mm-hmm.
So no, don't hold back against the LA Kings. Learn the rivalry indeed in that one. Trevor Moore and Kuzmenko get the final 2 goals to make it 8-1. Like you said, Kuzmenko looks really sharp
That was
with this
such a
team.
good addition for the Kings. Oh, I hate that I like a Kings move. No, I like the fit there. Speaking of another player that if you want to add to fantasy for championship weekend, that's a guy. That's a guy to target.
Kuzmenko,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. So 8-1 the final. Okay, see, I got the recap out of the way, Jules. I gotta
I don't know
wait
how
for
much
a
we
second.
recapped. It was bad.
Well,
This
it
is
was bad,
bad.
and as you know, Hockey Trick would say, it's bad, and you should feel bad. You know,
Speaking of the, let's look at the league right now.
you got it. I'll mention. Let me mention 2 more stats to torment us with.
We're a
So,
minus 88. Cool.
for goal
Just like in
differential.
general, just like goal differential, we're a minus 88.
Hey, it's
0.336, 3 points back of the Blackhawks. And the Blackhawks are 3 points back of the Predators.
so the
And then
good
there's
news.
just a huge gap.
So with that, since you're bringing up standings, let's look at this really quick. Sharks with 9 games left. That means 18 points. That means 67 points, which means they have now clinched no worse than 30th in the league.
Yep.
So
That means
worst
they'll
that the
draft
Sharks
top
5.
5. Yeah,
So
top 5.
So the worst that the Sharks can do is top 5, which mission accomplished, I think. I mean, honestly, you're right there.
I mean, you could that's like a Frundell Eklund. Like the worst type of player you might be getting is a Frundell Eklund combo.
Right.
So, or a Jackson Smith if you really want to go that route, but I don't think he's going in the top 5.
I mean, obviously, it has to be defense with the call, and then Schaefer. Of course, you are running the risk of Schaefer because you haven't seen a lot of him in since World Juniors. However, if he's it's pretty
From
special.
what
He
I've
must
seen,
be
he's won on most lists. Like I know
right.
he got injured this year. I'm interested to see if Mike Greer, how much Mike Greer looks into Misa, and if Mike Greer tries to finagle something to try and get Misa. Not like this might be like pure hopium, but like if the Sharks don't get one, and we don't get Schaefer, let's say we land 3, right? Like, you know what I mean? Just this different scenarios because Misa has played with Chernyshov most
Right.
of the year, so they're getting a really good look at this kid. So we should go Schaefer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Misa could give him a run for his money to go 1, in my opinion.
No, I get. I can't see the Sharks not going out if they
Yeah,
have
I can't.
one.
Yeah, we need Schaefer. Like, I'm just saying, like, I could see Misa giving them a run for his money, but I think at the end of the day, we need to take Schaefer. But Michael Misa is a highlight factory. I know Saginaw isn't necessarily doing too well in the playoffs.
Even
But
better. Oops, did I
but
say that out loud? Whoopsies.
But Igor Chernyshov has not necessarily been the problem. It's just like Saginaw wasn't that long for playoffs, anyways. I think they're like down 0-2 right now in the series.
Yeah, I'm
But
pulling up right now.
he has Chernyshov has in 2 games, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. He ended his OHL like season. I don't think this kid is going back to the O. I think he'll might actually make the Sharks out of camp. In 23 games played, 19 goals, 36 assists for 55 points.
Yep. Sudbury is down 2-0 in their series to Kingston, so keep an eye on that for Quentin Musty. The London Knights with Haltonen and Dickinson are up 2-0 on the Owen Sound attack. Ian's probably mad because the Sioux Greyhounds are down 2-0 to Windsor, but it's Windsor. And of course, the Erie Otters are up 2-0 on the Saginaw Spirit. So maybe.
Also, I'm so sorry, I forgot about James Higgins. Yes, we're in the James Higgins range right now. Like we're getting one of those players. But Musty in the playoffs only has played 1 game and already has 1 point. So he's fine.
Which I don't understand why he didn't play game 1.
I don't know, and I don't want to really speculate. I didn't see a reason. I mean, I didn't see
Which
the reason.
concerns me a little bit as to why that is.
It might be injury related. I don't know. I know has had some injury things this year. I don't think they're scratching Musty just to scratch Musty. He's one of their arguably best players. Like I don't know. But yeah, look out for Musty watch. Look out for Chernyshov watch. So there's that. I also want to give Joey Muldowney's season just ended with UConn. They lost today to, oh my God, Reese Lawback's team. Penn State? Someone correct me in the chat. I should have looked this up beforehand, but I got very distracted beforehand. Yeah, I was right. They lost to Penn State. Jesus Christ, yeah. That was really awkward for a second.
And who's in Penn State that the
Reese
Sharks
Lawback.
have?
Reese Lawback.
So you have him
I think
and
former junior Shark. You have him and then Eric
Polkamp in Denver.
And Brandon Svoboda with BU. All going to the Frozen Four.
Yeah, so it's BU, Western Michigan, Denver University, Penn State.
Yeah, but quick shout out to Joey Muldowney. Complete breakout year. I mean, for his sophomore season. Last season put up 5 goals, 9 assists for 14 points in 35 games. This year in 39 games, 29 goals, 18 assists, 47 goals. A lot of those goals were shorties. Like this kid was electric, I believe, shorthanded. I'll double check that for sure. But from what I remember, this kid scored a ton of goals on the shorthands. Mike Gers seems to love the shorties, drafting kids who know how to do shorties.
Oh, I was going to say, I know he doesn't like shorties because he's been drafting like size like crazy.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Yeah, so it's did we say BC, like Tiger? I meant
no,
BU.
BU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BU, Denver just shut down BC. Like I think Denver just has a code. Their goalie, they just have that kind of the code. And David Carl is arguably the best coach, not in the NHL. And Polkamp, yeah, also wanted to shout out Polk. Yeah, he's been really great. He's been good for Denver. He's another guy, like he has a bomb of a shot. Like as a defenseman, that is a wicked shot. He rang one off the post today against BC. Again, he also last year was kind of his like semi breakout season. But this year with the University of Denver, 43 games played, 11 goals, 23 assists, 34 points. Yeah. So underrated guy. We'll see what happens with Denver. You know, if what happens if Zeev Buyam signs or if Polkamp stays an extra year. I think the CUDA need Polkamp. I think JD tweeted this. Like the CUDA could use Eric Polkamp right now so badly.
They could use anybody that can play defense right now. That's what I'm saying. Hey,
Kevin, you want to go play defense?
I'm sure if Denver lost, maybe Polkamp's like, oh, okay, I'm waiting for my career to call me.
Ice time.
Come on.
Yeah,
he played 25 minutes.
Yeah, and he got played like at the end there when they were defending the lead. And he's also he's right-handed. Yeah, he's a right shot. So like The one thing the Sharks desperately like, even if we get oh my god, Schaefer, my concern is like that right side is questionable. So it's nice to have an actual right-handed defenseman and not have to play them on their offside.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's right-handed, so I did not completely mess that up. They were for a few shifts. I think they were like paired together. I saw at least during the last shift they got paired together. They occasionally put them together, which is a really fun combo. Minnesota's gonna be death when they have Bouillon and Faber together. So,
Are you still liking Dickinson over Bouillon?
yeah, I get the decision. Like,
Right.
I get why we drafted Dickinson. Look at the Chicago Blackhawks blue line, because there's like Rinzel signed today with them. Like like their right side is Levshunov and Rinzel. You gotta beat that. So I fully understand getting Dickinson.
Yeah. No, I
And
get
its
that.
size partially to a certain degree. I hate looking at it that way, but a lot of the cup winning teams are built through size on the back end.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here down the road. Down the road, I mean, just because we, kind of talking CUDA in this sense.
I don't know who's gonna
I
play
think, or
for
I
you.
should say, it's the Wichita Barra Thunder at this point. But I mean, you look at the standings here, and the CUDA didn't do great this weekend against Abbotsford. In fact, if you're a San Jose fan, you barely saw your team score goals. Between the Barracuda and the Sharks, they were outscored 24-4 from Friday to Sunday in that sense. But the CUDA right now sit in the 5th spot with 73 points. Thank goodness there's still some time, but
They
Bakersfield
just need
hanging in there.
not an ECHL blue line. I can't even give them shit to a certain extent because like they just need not an ECHL blue line. Like, yes, they played like shit. They've been sliding and sliding and sliding, and they've made me look like idiots all year. But they hadn't, like, their blue line was arguably ECHLers for like most of those 2 games, and both of us saw that.
Right.
On the yeah. Also Miskey also. But I could go through the whole prospect pool and give shout outs to all the
Yeah.
kids. But
And I should shake a look at the WHL and see because you have Miskey and Victoria, and then you also have
you have, oh my god, the guy,
who's playing in Calgary.
Carson Wetch.
Thank you.
Captain Carson Wetch. Captain
Okay.
Carson Wetch. And then you have Colton Roberts with the Vancouver Giants. I believe they're in the playoffs. I don't follow WHL as closely as I do the O, so I apologize. People can yell at me in the chat later.
Try not to yell too much at her, please. It's been last couple of weeks. Let's be honest here.
Jules is very tired.
Jules is very tired. We've had a crazy week, my friend, and it's been fun.
It's been fun, but it's been very chaotic. Thank you,
yes.
Kevin, for getting me 7.5% beer at the CUDA game.
Wow, I wasn't expecting you to drop that.
I got completely messed up by that, so appreciate that, bud, if you're watching. 7.5% on an empty stomach does not bode well for Jules.
I told you to eat, but you weren't listening to me.
I ate a burger like later. Also,
later. Oh boy.
Oh
and Kathy, I saw your comment earlier.
Shout out to Kathy. Kathy, I love you.
My big anger tirade, though, there's a reason for that, but I'm just saying it was
warranted. That, I mean, to be fair, I looked at the score. It was 3-0. I was like, oh god, Teal Town growing their Toronto fan base. Oh,
damn
god.
Right, we've been doing that since.
I don't know if I can handle more since Toronto. I'm joking.
No, we've been doing that since Nick Spalling and Roman Polak got traded here. I mean, come on.
Polak. He was a fun one.
Ended up in the Taco Bell canteen. No,
we ended up Yeah, we ended up at La Vix. So close, but no. No,
Yes.
listen. It was a good beer. It was not, dude. That I was not what I envisioned. It was a lot of. Uh, it was
Yes.
bad.
PWHL expansion in San Jose.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Would
Let's
love
do
it.
it.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually. I can't see it. Um, no.
No, I'm also real quick. I want to the crossover show. Yeah, again, shout out to Dangle and company and Adam and Jesse, like the nicest guys you'll meet.
Oh, and
So
Jules was like
down to earth.
the diehard of the SDPN that whole weekend.
I was at every single thing. I think they got tired of me, but no, but like no, it was
No, as they all gave you a hug on Friday
yeah, they
night.
did. They all
Okay,
gave me a hug. It was great.
she enjoyed it.
No, like look, shout out to them. The crossover was a lot of fun. Um, they also did a live show from the tank. So that was fun.
So Brody did say it before we were able to. Well, no, yeah, no, he talked to Brody first, and then we made sure that that they had to try the orange sauce. And I saw Jesse had In and Out, and he loved it, of course.
Um oh my god, speaking
Yeah.
of that, I can't believe I won the raffle and then I got interviewed by SDPN. If you missed that interview, go check it out. It's really funny. I'm really dumb in that interview.
You're not
Um
dumb.
I say some dumb shit in that
No,
interview, so go
you're
check it out.
not. No, because you said your favorite moment was Donskoy's OT winner, which is freaking legitimate and
I mean, it
awesome.
was. It
So,
was. Well,
but
because listen, everyone was saying game 7. Did
right?
you guys see their bike riding video that they took bikes and oh
Excuse me
my
one
god.
second.
Game 7.
God. The amount that was mentioned this also I won a jersey at the one of the watch parties, the canal.
Or is it gonna take out your ice rink?
It's gonna take out my ice rink. What?
No, I was saying if you could go grab your jersey.
Oh no, it's I don't know. I hung it up, so that's a process.
Okay. Never mind. Never mind.
But I got Steve, Adam, and Jesse to also sign it, and they were laughing.
Yes, good stuff. Tiger, Jesse sending out video was basically my experience of In and Out in the US in 2016. LOL. Nice.
Nice.
You got to experience In and Out one more, at least once in your life, and then you can see why it's way better than Shake Shack or Whataburger. So, Tiger, which Tiger's
I
asking
think it
which
was Canal, but he's now on the Gulls. Like he's no longer on the Sharks.
Of course, he's on the Gulls, like every other former Barracuda player. It seems
Yeah, it was like Keen or no, not Keen. He's Canal or something like that. He wore 63.
Yeah. Shake Shack fries are way better. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But I do the burger. Mwah. I mean, that's awesome.
The Shake Shack burger?
No, the Shake Shack fries. Excuse me, the Shake Shack
Oh.
fries, but the In and Out burger.
Oh.
And now I'm getting
You see, I like super duper I was not English burgers.
We're
Listen,
tired.
we're both very tired. This was yeah. It was a chaotic week
It was very
for
chaotic.
all involved.
Yes. Apparently, we've come into the hungry part of Teal Town after dark. Tyler just picked up in. Okay, Tyler, what did you get? Did you get a double? What did you go?
Because we really don't. I don't want to talk about the Sharks anymore.
It's tough to talk about. I mean, this is the better distracting. Sharks last. I think you need to become fans of Super Duper Burger. Oh my god, get the garlic. I haven't had their garlic fries.
I haven't had their garlic fries, but their burgers. Okay, the only thing about their burgers is I always have to get the mini one because if you get the regular one, it's too big.
Okay. Well, if we're going to go down this rabbit hole, and Tyler, thank you. Double with the whole grilled.
Oh, White
nice.
Castle. Yes,
White
Castle?
Castle.
They don't have it here, in the area. But whenever we go to Minnesota, I get White Castle.
Okay, I'll have to try White Castle sometime because but Super Duper, yes. You have because you're near SF. Gots is phenomenal. The burger at Gots is incredible.
Apparently, Beeps Burgers is very good. Also, I've heard.
Yeah, If AJ was on right now, he would have said grub, but I think they closed down, which is such a bummer. They had some incredible sauces, and I would have recommended to the guys if they were there, but and Tiger, way to bring it back to hockey. There is a blue line prospect draft eligible called Eric Berger. I'm okay.
We should look into that.
I'm loving it.
Let me look him up.
Too bad he doesn't spell his name the right way, though. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna look up Eric Berger. Oh, he has a weird look. He has the 2 little dots. Let's play a game. How tall is he?
6'3". Come on, 6'3".
Hold on, I'm like
nope.
6 foot, left shot. Plays in Sweden. Oh.
So we can't.
We don't have to drop. Yeah, we're fine. We're good.
We can't. We can't pick
he's
him
fine,
up in.
He's on like a loan right now. On the SH, he has like mostly 0 points. On the J20 team, he put up some decent numbers. But yeah.
All right, that works. That works. We already have Matthias Havlet at home. That's true.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But the issue with Havlet is like you either have to bring him to the NHL or back to the SHL.
Oh well, that's a bummer. Well, I think with that, since we've gone on to the food part of the show, and before we discuss, whether we go for a Shake Shack shake or a Frosty from Wendy's or a
actually I don't really like milkshakes or like any of those shakes. I just don't really like them. And so I typically don't get them. But also it's because they give me weird allergies. Like I will die not die. I'm being very dramatic right now.
You never.
It's the theater kid in me.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it, not me. I don't get it. Okay, so don't get a milkshake.
51 of you who are still watching this.
Hey, we appreciate each and every one of you. And again, as a reminder, I know you were expecting a Pucknologist takeover tonight. AJ and Ian will be on tomorrow night, Monday night, 7 p.m. to recap.
You'll get yelly, screamy Ian tomorrow night, I promise.
Oh, well, I mean, let's be honest. If talking about the CUDA alone will be tough. I mean, I feel for Gabriel Carrier.
ECHL defense. Sorry.
Well, but I mean, shoot, the poor guy gave up 7 goals in like
1 period, less than a period. Yeah, there is a We Want Dell started in one of the CUDA games.
Yeah.
So that was the thing that happened.
How bad
that should show you how bad there was literally a We Want Dell chant.
Yikes.
And then, so yeah. Ian may not speak about the CUDA. No, actually,
no, you want him to speak about the CUDA.
No, we all want Ian to speak. I need to hear that rant at this point.
Seriously. Oh man. All right.
Also, wish the Seals luck in our playoff push. We are tied in our series 1-1. We have to win next Saturday.
Next Saturday to advance
to the championship.
Right. So check out Jules Saturday night at the Cow Palace.
Oh, fuck
for her ball hockey playoff game.
Cow Palace, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Definitely.
I don't want to give out the real location because we don't need your creepy fan club to
actually the views went up as I said that, so it's now 53. So
oh my god,
thanks to the 2 of creeps. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god, best wait, what was this? He may not speak about the CUDA. Oh jeez, but I mean the best California combo, In-N-Out and Jamba Juice.
Ooh.
As much as I love my orange appeal, if we're gonna do an In-N-Out, you've never had the orange appeal there before? Oh, okay. Picture the strawberries wild and add orange juice to it.
I don't really go to Jamba Juice.
Then why are you judging? Oh my god.
I'm not. I just said, oh.
Okay.
All right. Vocal reaction. Have you heard of them? They're very common in the English language, sir.
Wow. Okay. I did not know that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and last time I went to Jamba Juice, it was
Honest-
pre-pandemic.
The last time
Honestly,
I talked about Jamba Juice might have been in the pre-pandemic. So, you know.
and let's be honest, for if you want a $14 smoothie, well, there you go. Let's be honest.
To be fair, I get acai a lot of the time, and I just don't go to Jamba Juice because I don't like their acai bowls.
I get you.
So, like, if you have not had acai, I highly recommend it. It is a great way to get a sugar rush, but a healthy kind of sugar rush.
A healthy kind of sugar. Okay.
We're
Oh
derailed
yes.
so badly.
Oh, I mean, we started talking about food. I mean, I blame Dangle. Ian needs to talk up the Harveys up here in Canada. Amazing, bro. Vincent, what part of Canada are you in? I'm curious, but I've heard about Harveys before. I remember Brian Marchment years ago on Shark Bite, rest in peace, Mush, talking about how he had to have a freaking Harvey's burger before he left Canada. So let's see. Does Jamba Juice do a blue smoothie in large novelty? I don't think so. The Dan Boyle interview. Dangle did tease us about that the Dan Boyle interview was hilarious. So
I'm excited to hear that one.
yes. Troy B, how was your time with the SPT? Oh, it was phenomenal.
Should we upload the photos? Do you want me to upload the photos?
If you want to, go right ahead.
All right, give me a minute. I'll upload.
Yeah, I'll look. Can you add premium vodka?
Actually, you probably. I know they have weird shots that you can add to the shit, but I don't think those shots are alcoholic.
Those aren't that. Yes.
Well, listen,
Who's had nations?
Okay, I'm gonna text it to you, and then can you upload it?
Oh, okay, fine. That's fine. You send it to me, and I'll go to do that. Who has nations? I love nations. That the thick raw onions are pretty awesome. I know we've turned this into fat guy. Steve, I doubt you're awake because you've definitely had a long flight today. I don't know how you didn't know far just now, but yeah, thanks for getting us into fat in the fat guy corner.
Okay, no, before Teal Town Food Roundtable happens, the fucking ocean ranking needs to happen. Ian and I have to have a discussion about the Pacific Ocean, okay? Ian and I have some unsettled business, and I had to wear a Canada shirt. So we have, because they decided to leave Connor McDavid wide open in the slot. So Ian and I got to settle our Pacific Oceans.
Oh my God. Jeez.
But the SDPN group was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we practically did everything through. Well, I know you did. Did through.
I did basically everything but the last event.
Yeah,
because I honestly feel like if I showed up to the last event, I would have gotten funny looks. So so I had to dip, but
did you?
I actually did. I went to go see Jesus Christ Superstar.
How'd that turn out?
It's a good show. I was confused by parts of it, but it was a good show. It was very good singing. Those are very. If any of you are somehow watching this and were in the Jesus Christ Superstar that I went to see last night, shout out to you. You were awesome. Costumes were elite.
Wow, we're really stretching, aren't we? Oh my goodness. Okay,
well, I'm just trying to buy time for you to upload this one image.
Yeah, the upload's taking too long. Hang on.
Okay. Well, while Puckguy's doing that,
this thing
but
is being boo fart and tomato.
Boo fart and tomato. Real quick, completely off topic.
What? Oh, you mean like we've been on topic tonight? By the way, the Sharks lost 8-1 to the LA Kings. In case.
If you're just tuning in, the Sharks didn't try tonight, so we're not trying tonight either.
Excuse me? We give 110%, 100% of the time over here.
I had a playoff game this morning. I'm giving bear. Oh, so that was the 7.5% beer Kevin tried to poison me with.
Oh my God. Okay, can you? Oh boy.
And that's Dangle, Jesse, and Adam. I said that in Jesse, Steve, and Adam.
Yes.
From your right to your.
No. It was a blast. And on Wednesday, the CUDA viewing party, that was phenomenal. I mean, they just went around, just sat and it's like, hey, how you guys doing? Any food recommendations?
That was insane. I had a stroke there because Dangle just walks up and starts talking with you, and I'm like, holy fuck, hi. Jesse is okay. Jesse is way taller than like even people think. And Steve and Adam are like shockingly like shorter than you would think. No offense.
Well, it's tough to compare them to Jesse. I mean, what was it? It was like I think the comparison right there with you two was like Kenyoni and Desharnais.
dude,
Quite
literally
honest.
though, in that photo, I look so tiny. I
Yeah.
look like a toddler. But that jersey is rocking though.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, I felt.
Let's see.
How?
Felix so Mac had a rough couple hours. First the blowout against the Rangers, then his Range Rover got bumped into now tonight. So Mac had next. Oh jeez, I would love for that to
Dude,
happen.
honestly, we might get that because I think Mac is gonna be fuming, and so is Eki. And Eki mad and Mac mad makes a really fun combination for not
only
the
if that
other
means
teams.
only
For
if that
not-
means Smith can be mad too. And
I don't think Smith gets mad.
and for the love of God, tell me they go to Disneyland tomorrow after practice. Please. Come on.
To fully babysitting duty.
I'm just saying. Ingo, good morning from Germany. 8-1. What happened last night? Well, the LA Kings are very good at home. Let's just put it that way.
They had the most disgusting play you'll ever see. Or one
Yeah.
of the most disgusting plays. Like they have you seen like when a human like dangles around with a little kitty, like a little feather?
Oh, it
was that but on steroids.
And wasn't it the 2 back-to-back goals in 34 seconds by
Yes,
LA
at the end of the second period. Yeah.
where I think Fogle was like more wide open than McDavid was at the end of the Four Nations Championship?
We don't talk about that.
Just saying.
We don't talk about that.
And yes, like a tiger celebrating, he got
You know,
Couture Datsuk tonight. Yeah, and that might clinch him not winning the Calder, unfortunately, unless he goes off soon. Because the West Coast bias is not gonna help, and then being posterized again by like Sportsnet and TSN already, that's gonna be bad.
I think
it's gonna be bad.
Said this also. The Calder not all the time goes to the best player. It just
yeah. Just ask Jeff Skinner.
Just ask Logan Couture. So, I'm not worried if he wins it or not. I saw some things on the internet, but again, I'm not worried if he wins it or not. The rebuild is not determined by whether or not Celebrini wins the Calder or not.
Yeah.
The rebuild is determined by what the fuck Mike Greer does this summer.
Yeah, and Kathy's spot on. But there were 2 back-to-back goals within 34 seconds. Ouchie. Yeah.
Kathy, how was the game last night? I'm joking.
Listen, okay. Since you're going to bring that up, I did not agree with. I did not agree with the holding call and a goaltender interference call. Okay. If someone since you play ball hockey and I'm playing the celebrity hockey game on Thursday, if someone holds you and makes you run into their goaltender, is that goaltender interference?
No, because you got held. And
well, talk to the refs last night who decided let's call both. Let's call both because
actually we had a similar
here I
play.
Go again. Thanks a lot, Jules.
We had a similar play where I don't know if it ended up in a penalty or not, but like our goalie got mad that someone was standing in the crease, so he shoved him into our best player, and then we almost got a power play out of it. So
I just is like, ugh.
What did Puckguy do?
Oh my god!
This makes it sound way worse than I think.
I know.
Was.
You should have heard the conversation that happened after this. Because
Kathy, from my deepest of hearts, I'm so sorry. Wasn't I so much better of a guest at morning skate? Right?
God.
Shout out to Kathy who got me into this very fancy buffet breakfast, which was very nice, and I got to watch the skate up front. And every time someone would yell, I just scream a nickname at them.
On that note, in case you missed anything. In case you missed anything or want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or wherever you get your podcast. The audio version will be up in just a little bit. You can always hit us up on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when we do go on the air. And if you're watching on the replay, by all means, leave a comment down below and tell a friend or 10, because that would be great to share the passion of Sharks hockey there is. So, so with that, your final thoughts, Jules?
Do you sure you want me to do final thoughts? It feels like a very risky game.
Okay. My final
Wait,
thoughts
hold on.
is
Yeah. I will say Jules was all about Cags, but that was I'm gonna get made fun of for that for no reason. No, listen, I was screaming Cags every time he skated by. But I'll do final thoughts because I'm a professional.
oh yeah, right. We're
Also, Puckguy, why are you grabbing people?
oh my god. Okay, because you're gonna talk, since this is gonna be on audio. I was explaining how if I was trying to give a representation. If someone's holding you and making you push into the net, it's gonna, you can't control yourself of where you're going. Okay, that's the whole point. Sharks last. If you were scared by that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Also, we all watched so
From
much hockey
Surrey.
this weekend. I cannot process any more hockey.
Are you kidding me? I would love to do this. You know what? Let's do this Tuesday.
We'll do what Tuesday?
Let's watch some more hockey. Following Sharks and Ducks.
No, I don't think I'm on. Lol.
Whatever.
I might have a
Whatever.
game. I want to go play
Interesting.
actual hockey and not just go out for the third period.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure your team will be like uber upset. Oh, I'm gonna be with Felix on Tuesday. and
Oh.
and I thought Jules was doing Thursday, but okay, never mind. All right, we will be back with you on Tuesday, following Sharks and Ducks. That's a 7 p.m. start in Quackenheim. So be on the lookout for that. And until then, thanks for watching. Keep it real. Keep it teal.
Keep it
real.
Teal?
Keep it
real. Teal?
There we go. Have a good night, everyone. We will see you on Tuesday. Good night, everyone. And don't forget, Pucknologist Monday, 7 o'clock. Yes. See you then.